First, for the last few weeks we've been talking vacations on a Wednesday and have been offering you our tips and advice on how to make the most of your summer breaks. So, once again, to make sure your holiday is more heaven than hell, I declare the Hollybox Help Desk open.
Olé!
That was good. Thank you, Jane.
Really in the holiday mood there.
I can see you lying on your beach.
I was there.
Now, it's often the worst part of a holiday, especially if you have an entire family to look after. Yes, we're talking about packing to go away. From making sure nothing's forgotten to ensuring all those hours slaving away at the ironing board aren't completely wasted as you try and cram everything in without creasing all your clothes. It seems that getting prepared to leave is fraught with problems. So, girls, what are our tips for making sure filling our cases is carefree? And I bow to the master who lives out of a suitcase.
I live out of a... So I do.
You do?
What's your top tips?
Right. Tickets, passport, money. Tickets, passport, money. That's your mantra. If you've watched Shirley Valentine, she does it all the time.
You just
Tickets,
have to
passport, money.
remember that.
Because if you've got those, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Knickers?
Yeah, well, knickers
buy
to you as
knickers.
well. No, because if you've got money, you can
Oh,
buy
yes,
knickers.
yes.
That's
See
it,
what you mean. Got
so
you.
everything
Got you.
on medication, don't forget, especially
Yes.
you. Don't forget your medication, put that in your handbag. Yes, always roll. Shirts especially, fold them first, then roll them. Not the collars though, because the collars tuck under that.
Right, yes.
Shoes, always put every orifice.
Pardon?
Every orifice you've got,
Put your shoes
stuff it in.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes. So
Right.
knickers, like you were saying, knickers.
Put
Put
your-
in
in your
shoes
shoes?
first.
Really?
Yes. Perfume bottles, shampoo. You can always put that in there as well. Always make sure things are wrapped that can leak. You know.
See, I find that really... I think rolling sounds a bit odd to me.
Why is
So
that?
it sounds like you're rolling creases into a dress or a shirt.
No, if you roll them properly and stretch
They
them
come
as
out,
you
do
roll,
they?
they actually come out with no creases whatsoever.
yes.
Well, I have to tell you,
Fabulous.
I have an absolute phobia of suitcases now.
No.
Well, the thing was, you see, I know.
Imagine us
The thing was, you see, it's not my suitcase. I remember when my ex went away and came back, and I remember opening the suitcase and finding knickers in there. And they weren't mine.
Oh.
And they weren't his. No, and they weren't his.
Well,
they were
might have been
somebody
his.
else's.
There might have
Well,
been his.
you see, the frilly little knickers.
That's
There might have
it.
been something about him I didn't understand all those years. So I had a phobia. So now when I go, oh, what am I going to find in this suitcase? I wouldn't like to open yours, Jane. God only knows what I'm finding. So I have a thing now about opening suitcases. I think, oh, and it stayed with me that.
But it is scary. But sorry, just going back to the rolling thing. I tried the rolling thing once. Absolutely didn't work for me at all.
Did you stretch it
Well, I
though?
thought I was doing. I had been told by somebody this is what you have to do, and I think
Yeah.
I probably just clearly I didn't have sort of lessons from the master. No, I've gone back to normal
I
flat
flat
packing,
pack,
but I did
yes.
do stuffing of orifices.
Good.
I'm sorry I said that.
No, it's true though.
The stuffing of the socks and the pants and the shoes.
Socks, pants,
yeah,
anything that you can.
toiletries.
Yeah.
And did anybody ever forget anything or have any major disasters going away?
Yeah, I did have one. It was awful. I don't forget anything because I'm slightly obsessive about lists and everything being in its place. Don't forget anything except for the once when I forgot to renew my passport.
And when did you find out?
Oh, just as I was starting to pack the night before I was going for a very early flight to Barcelona, I think it was. It was awful, and I opened it. You know, you kind of flick it open just to sort of check, and then you see it, and then you stare at it, shouting obscenities, hoping and willing it to change. But actually, no, it wasn't going to. It was 2 months previous, and it was gone.
Oh, I'd be sick.
So I cried and stuff, as you do, and then I pulled myself together, rang the airline and everyone, and they all said, no, you can't travel on it. So luckily I got a last-minute booking the next morning at the passport office.
And you made it.
And I made it. I mean, I had to, buy a new flight, but did just about get my weekend in
Also,
Barcelona.
I always think if you look like your passport photograph, you're too ill to travel.
I have Myra Hindley on my passport. It's really not attractive.
I have to say, I lost my passport 3 years in a run. I know. And the thing was, and each time I lost it, I had to go to Peterborough, is it? And I had to
You don't need
photograph-
one for a passport to go to Peterborough.
Pardon?
You don't need a passport for Peterborough.
Oh, no. But no, I had to go, so every time I had to go there, and I had to take a new picture. And the second time I went, they went, you can't keep doing this. Anyway, the third time I went, she went, I can't believe it's you again. But then the worst thing is, I found all three passports. So and now I've got about 55 of them, and I don't know what to do with them all.
Well, I think destroying them is probably a good idea.
Well, listen,
I know,
I
cut
think
them
we
off,
should
yeah.
see just who is the ultimate packer.
Right?
So we're going to have a little competition between Jane and Sherrie. If you'd like to move to the performance area, we have 2 wardrobes full of holiday essentials and 2 lovely suitcases. We got you a leopard print one, Jane. Is that all
thank
right?
you, my love.
Oh, I like my pink one.
It's
Now,
so
you
it's
both
so
have a list in
neat.
front of you of 10 holiday essentials that you need to find from your wardrobes. Can you see? Do you want your
Yes.
glasses?
What's a swimming safety aid?
Well, you'll find out. You'll find out very shortly.
Right.
So, and viewers will be able to see the items they need to find. They'll be rolling across the bottom of the screen. You've got 60 seconds, girls. Are we ready?
Right, we're ready, yes. So, okay.
On your marks.
Say when, go.
Get set, go.
Oh, right. Oh, what is that?
Right.
What is that?
Sombreros, bucket and spade.
Remember the list?
Toothpaste and brush. Where's that?
Sherrie, you're looking at your list.
Oh, the list. Oh, sorry. Don't list that. It's like that. Oh, right, wait a minute.
We're going
Off the wardrobe.
I don't think that's there.
Toothpaste and brush. Got 30 seconds.
Where's the thing that you let him down with? Where is it?
Don't forget your sun cream, your bucket and spade, sunglasses, beach ball. Where's your beach ball?
Rolled anything.
I haven't. That's nothing.
I've got
I've
biscuits here. What's that?
Biscuits.
Okay, girls.
Spade.
We're getting about 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Shut the case.
Shut the case.
I can't get it in.
You're not going to get that in.
3, 2, 1.
I'm rubbish.
You see, you have to let him down, don't you?
What are you doing with that?
I think. Time for a break. We will be revealing who's won our Loose Women Pack Off on the other side of these ads, and Sherrie will be revealing why a horse's behinds mean so much to her. Back soon. Okay, before the break, we set Jane and Sherrie a packing challenge to see who could pack the most of our 10 essential items from the loose wardrobes in 60 seconds, and I have the results here. Perhaps a surprise that with 7 correctly packed items, Sherrie is our winner compared to Jane's 5.
How did I do that?
Well, she couldn't shut a suitcase. That's the
No,
real
I
thing.
can't do the suitcase.
Well, I think you took too long trying to roll up your rubber crocodile.
That's you don't take it inflated, do you?
You know about inflatable dolls, don't you? I mean, letting them... Oh, I'm going down the wrong road.
Now on with